What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're doing something a little different because here I have me, whose bread is yummy, and all of my Discord members competing in the Hunger Games. Of course, if you've never seen it, it's pretty much just a fight to the death. And yeah, that's what we're doing. Here are all of the humans, and here are all of the bots. Anyways, let's begin. Coco breaks Luna's nose for a basket of bread. Riceball takes a sickle from inside the cornucopia. Catbot runs away. P retrieves a trident from inside the cornucopia. Archmagic runs away. Alina and Grow Tree fight for a bag. Alina gives up and retreats. I mean, like, did you really think you were going to win against a living tree, bro? Cinco Noches con Alfredo takes a spear from inside the cornucopia. 680 Bank clutches a first aid kit and runs away. Jose runs away from the cornucopia. MF Brown and Mr. Bear fight for a bag. MF Brown gives up and retreats. Counting runs away from the cornucopia. King Boba takes a handful of throwing knives. I would stay away from him. Balls Dex runs away from the cornucopia. Train Guy grabs a shovel. Cookie receives a trident from inside the cornucopia. Truth or Dare runs away from the cornucopia. EPX runs away. Juniper Bot takes a cornucopia for resources. Salvador Dali runs away. Bread is Yummy takes a sickle from inside the cornucopia. Stupido and Chinese Name fight for a bag. Chinese Name gives up and retreats. I runs away from the cornucopia. Darkso stays at the cornucopia for resources. And Tom runs away. Okay, day 1. Salvador Dali sets an explosive off, killing Alina, Luna, and Stupido. No, Stupido. Archmagic searches for a water source. Tom sees smoke rising in the distance, but decides not to investigate. Catbot receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. King Bobo collects fruit from a tree. 6GD Bank stalks P. Dog, imagine being stalked by an entire bank. Grow a Tree sets an explosive off, killing Juniper Bot and EPX. Damn, bro, is not the Lorax. Bread is Yummy searches for firewood. Well, there's some right there. Cinco Noches con Alfredo steals from Counting while he isn't looking. Chinese Name sprains his ankle while running away from II. Coco runs away from Train Guy. MF Brown tries to sleep through the entire day. Bro is a pig after all. Ballstex, Darkso, Mr. Bear, Cookie, and Truth or Dare hunt for other tributes. And Riceball kills Jose with a sickle. Imagine being killed by a Riceball. King Bobo, Catbot, Coco, and Mr. Bear sleep in shifts. Counting sets up camp for the night. Tom climbs a tree to rest. Truth or Dare is awoken by nightmares. I and Bosdex hold hands. Bread is Yummy looks at the night sky. Cookie, Grow a Tree, Salvador Dali discuss the games and what might happen in the morning. MF Brown receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Archmagic and Darkso track down and kill Chinese Name. Damn, what did they have against them? 6GD Bank starts a fire. Riceball tries to treat his infection. Well, did they succeed? P looks at the night sky. Train Guy receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. And Cinco Noches con Alfredo passes out from exhaustion. Damn. Counting dies from thirst. MF Brown receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. 6GD Bank discovers a cave. Bread is Yummy questions his sanity. I'm perfectly sane. Catbot forces Coco to kill King Bobo or Tom. He decides to kill King Bobo. Truth or Dare thinks about home. Catbot is a maniac, bro. Don't be fooled by his adorable, silly little face. He's a maniac. P makes a wooden spear. Grow a Tree tends to Darkso's wounds. Cinco Noches con Alfredo picks flowers. Riceball tends to Cookie's wounds. Salvador Dali, Train Guy, and Mr. Bear track down and kill I. What they have against them? And Balsdex chases Archmagic. Yay. Darkness screams for help. Okay, that's kind of accurate. Grow a Tree and Cookie talk about that Tribute's still alive. Truth or Dare forces P to kill Coco or Cinco Nachos Count Alfredo. He decides to kill Coco. What did Coco do well? Truth or Dare is also a monster. Bread is Yummy receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Salvador Dali decapitates Mr. Bear with a sword. Where did Pro get that from? Joe Biden is a murderer. Archmagic climbs a tree to rest. Train Guy does the same. Six at GD Bank and Tom work together to drown Riceball. What did Riceball do to you? Catbot receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Mr. Brown screams for help, and Ballstack just stays awake all night. Grow a Tree injures himself. Pete overhears Six at GD Bank and Cinco Nachos Con Alfredo talking in the distance. Salvador Dali, Darkzo, Tom, and Cookie raid Bread is Yummy's camp while he is hunting. Bro, what did I do? Stop raiding me. I'm gonna eat you up, Cookie. MF Brown hunts for other tributes. Ballsdex tries to sleep through the entire day. Makes sense, they didn't get any sleep at night. Truth or Dare constructs a shack. Catbot fishes. You know what? That makes sense, he's a cat. Archmagic discovers a cave, and Train Guy searches for firewood. Truth or Dare and 6AGD Bank tell stories about themselves to each other. The most two useless bots in my server. Sure, they don't got a lot of stories to tell. Cinco Nachos, Con Alfredo, and Archmagic huddle for warmth. Bread is Yummy and Darkso talk about the tributes still alive. Did you freaking raid me? MF Brown and Train Guy sleep in shifts. P and Salvador Dali tell stories about themselves to each other. Ballsdeck receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Tom receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Grow a Tree climbs a tree to Raz. Bro is a tree. Kappa looks at the night sky and okay. Archmagic overhears MF Brown and Darkso talking in the distance. Bread is Yummy stabs Salvador Dali with a tree branch. You know, that's what you get, evil Joe Biden. Catbot discovers a river. What were you fishing in before? Train Guy spears Truth or Dare in the abdomen. Cinco Nachos Count Alfredo sprains his ankle while running away from P. That sentence out of context sounds like so dumb, bro. 6 at GD Bank dies trying to escape the arena. Cookie attacks Tom, but he manages to escape. Grow a Tree receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor, and Balzac travels to higher ground. Damn, not that many people died this time. Cookie receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Grow a Tree fends Ballsdex, Darkzo, and Catbot away from his fire. Bread is Yummy and Train Guy huddle for warmth. MF Brown receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Cinco Nachos Count Alfredo and Archmagic huddle for warmth. And P begs for Tom to kill him. He refuses, keeping P alive. So dumb, bro. The cornucopia is replenished with food, supplies, weapons, and memoirs from the tribute's families. Train Guy decides not to go to the feast. So does Cookie and MF Brown. Balsdex, Catbot, P, and Grow Tree team up to grab food, supplies, weapons, and memoirs. Tom and Bread is Yummy decides not to go. So does Darkso and Cinco Nachos, Con Alfredo, and Archmagic. So the only people who went teamed up to get everything, bro. Bread is Yummy collects food from a tree. Tom throws a knife into Archmagic's chest. Damn. Cookie tries to spear fish with a trident. Catbot, MF Brown, Darkzo, and P form a suicide pact, killing themselves. Yo, what? Grow a Tree discovers a river. Cinco Nachos Con Alfredo discovers a cave. Ballsdex and Train Guy split up. search for resources. Damn, bro, 5 people just offed themselves. Bread is yummy, friends with Balls-Dex, grow a tree, and Cinco Noches count Alfredo from his fire. Cookie and Tom huddle for war. And train guy thinks about his train station. Grow a tree stalks train guy. Balls-Dex tries to sleep through the entire day. Cinco Noches count Alfredo thinks about home. Cookie constructs a shaft. Tom pushes Bread is yummy off a cliff during a knife fight. No, I'm dead, bro. I'm the only person who died, bro. Train guy climbs a tree to rest. Damn, I didn't know bro could fit up there. Tom defeats Cookie in a fight, but spares his life. Cinco Noches con Alfredo and Grow a Tree talk about the tributes to life. Balls-Dex dies from an infection. Grow a Tree discovers a cave. Tom travels to higher grounds. Cookie questions his sanity. Train guy searches for firewood, and Cinco Noches con Alfredo goes hunting. Cookie and Tom huddle for more. Grow a Tree and Train guy sleep in shifts. And Cinco Noches con Alfredo cooks his food before putting his fire out. Guys, we're in the top 5. Cookie injures himself. Not dead, though, I think. Grow a Tree searches for a water source. Tom convinces Train guy not to kill him, only to kill him instead. Cinco Noches con Alfredo receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Damn, our Train guy's dead. Cookie destroys Cinco Noches con Alfredo's supplies while he is asleep. And Grow a Tree kills Tom as he tries to run. What you get, Tom? Get killed by a tree. Grow a Tree tends to Cookie's wounds while the bots are teaming up. And Cinco Noches con Alfredo is pricked by thorns while picking berries. Cinco Noches con Alfredo and Grow a Tree run into each other and decide to truce for the night. And Cookie receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Cinco Noches con Alfredo attacks Cookie, but he manages to escape. And Grow a Tree constructs the shack. I mean a greenhouse. Grow a Tree starts a fire. That's not a good idea, bro. Cookie poisons Cinco Noches con Alfredo's drink. He drinks it and dies. And Cookie and Grow a Tree threaten suicide. And they both survive and win. Wait, did they both win? This is rigged, bro. How did they both win? Anyways, here are the stats. Yeah. So that's the end of this video. If you would like to be in this next one, all you have to do is just simply join my Discord. It's going to be in the description of this video. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. See you tomorrow.